Hello YouTube family and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to be sewing together this gorgeous dress. We drafted the pattern for making the dress in our previous video, so today we are going to be sewing together the dress. So without wasting any more time, let's get to it, shall we? My name is Q. These are the pattern pieces as we drafted them in our previous video. So we went ahead to print the patterns in our home printer. Next, we assemble the papers accordingly and then we tape them together using sellotape. After taping together the pattern pieces, next we are going to cut them out. Next, we arrange the pattern pieces in order, starting with the front. We have the front bodice and the skirt, and also the back bodice and also the skirt. Next, we're going to cut out the pattern pieces on the fabric, and as you can see, we've already done that. For our center front skirt, we decided to cut one piece on fold. For the side front skirt, we cut two pieces. We also cut two pieces for our side back skirt, and as well as the center back skirt, we cut two pieces. And then for the bodice, we cut two pieces for the center front, one for the main fabric and then one for the lining. For the side front bodice, we cut two pieces for the main fabric and also two pieces for the lining. For the side back, we also cut two pieces for the main fabric and also two pieces for the lining. For the center back, we also did the same thing. We cut two pieces for the main fabric and two pieces for the lining. We've also cut two pieces for our sleeve. And then next we are going to start working on our skirt. We start by removing the pattern pieces. Next we arrange the back pattern pieces and then we place the corresponding side back pieces and pin them in place. Next we go ahead and arrange the center back pieces right sides facing each other like so. We then mark 8.5 inches from the waist going down. That is going to be the allowance for our zipper at the center back. And then we start pinning from that position going down the center back line. Next we are going to sew together the pinned area, that is the center back and also the sides. Next we went ahead to arrange the center front pattern pieces. We first had to press the center front in order to remove that fold line there. Next we arrange the side pieces and pin them in place. Thereafter we are going to sew the pinned area for both the front and the back of our skirt. Now we have sewn all the pinned areas for both the front and also the back. So this is how the seams look. We have pressed them open. As you can see, they are nice and neat. We have also overlocked the side seams, as you can see. And then next we put away the skirt in order to work on the bodice. We start by working on the back bodice. We remove the pattern pieces. Next we also remove the lining pieces and put them aside. So now we are only going to work on the main fabric. We arrange the center back pattern pieces and also the side back. Next we pin each center back to the corresponding side back, making sure the notches are aligned. After pinning, this is how the pattern is going to look. So we do the same on the other pair. And then we go ahead and sew the pinned area on both patterns. Next we start working on the front bodice pattern pieces. Again we put the lining pieces aside and work on the main fabric. We arrange the center front and the side front pattern pieces like so. And then next we pin the pattern pieces in place. When pinning the front pieces, we take our time, especially around the curves, making sure that everything is nice and smooth. After pinning one side, this is how it looks, and then next we go ahead and pin the other side. After pinning the whole front, this is how it's going to look. And then next we are going to go ahead and sew it together. We have sewn the bodice and also pressed the seams open. We have also done the same thing to the back pieces and we have pressed the seams open. We have also sewn together the lining pieces. We have sewn together the front and the back and we have pressed the seams open. We are going to take the main fabric and place it right sides facing each other with the lining. And then we are going to pin them together around the neck. And then we are going to sew the pinned area. We are going to do the same thing to the back pattern pieces. We are going to place the main fabric and the lining right sides facing each other, and then we are going to pin around the neck area. And then we are going to sew everything together. After sewing, this is how the back is going to look. We have also done an understitch, and this is how it looks on the lining side. And we have turned the fabric to the correct side and also pressed it. The understitch helps to lay the fabric flat after turning it over and pressing it. We have also done the same thing to the front pieces, and then next we are going to sew together our front skirt and our front bodice. We place the skirt and the bodice right sides facing each other like so, and then we pin them along the waistline. As we are pinning, we are making sure that the prints and seams are aligned for both the bodice and the skirt. And then next we are going to sew the pinned area. We do the same thing to the back pattern pieces. We lay the skirt and the bodice right sides facing each other, and then we pin them along the waistline. And then we sew everything together. After sewing, we overlock the waist and we press everything. We do it for both the front and the back. And this is how neat everything looks. Next, we are going to insert a zipper to our center back. And thereafter, we are going to place the front and the back pattern pieces right sides facing each other. And then we are going to sew them together along the sides. And this is how our dress looks. We have sewn together the sides, and also we have overlocked the seams. This is the correct side, and this is how our zipper looks. And then next we are supposed to sew in our sleeves. This is our armhole area. So we take our sleeve pattern. We are going to start by overlocking the sleeve pattern all around. After overlocking, this is how the sleeve is going to look. Next, we are going to fold the sleeve along the elbow line, and we are going to sew a seam of 0.5 of an inch. That seam is going to act as a channel for our elastic band. So this is our elastic channel seam. We have done the same thing for the other sleeve. Next, we are going to measure our elbow circumference in order to find the length of our elastic. We then go ahead to cut the elastic. Using our first elastic band, we are going to cut another elastic, which is going to be for our second sleeve. Next, we attach a safety pin to one end of the elastic band. We are going to use the safety pin in order to pull the elastic band through the channel. And then we go ahead and pull our elastic band through the channel using the safety pin. This is going to gather the sleeve, creating that beautiful gathered sleeve that we are looking for. Keep pushing the safety pin forward and then pulling the fabric backwards. That is going to push the elastic band through the channel, and then secure the end of the elastic band with the fabric to make sure that it doesn't get swallowed up inside the channel. Keep pushing the safety pin forward and then pulling the fabric backwards until you get to the other side of the sleeve. Next, we are going to sew and secure the elastic band with the fabric. After securing the elastic band in place, next we have also sewn the seam on the underarm of the sleeve. So this is how our sleeve looks. We have also sewn the underarm in the other sleeve. Next, we are going to attach the sleeve on the dress. We make sure that we match the sleeve with the dress correctly. The front side of the sleeve is on the front side of the dress. Then we pin the sleeve onto the dress. After pinning the sleeve, next we are going to sew it in place. We have sewn both our sleeves and this is how they look. Next, we are going to fold our sleeve around the sleeve head again to create another 0.5 inch channel for our elastic band. To make the sewing easier around the curves, we are going to start by pinning the channel in place. And then next we are going to sew around the channel, and this is how it looks after sewing it down. And then again we are going to measure the circumference around our bicep in order to find the length of our elastic band. And thereafter we are going to cut 2 elastic bands for our 2 sleeves. And again, we're going to make use of the safety pin. We are going to attach it to one end of the elastic band like so. And then we use it in order to push the elastic band through the channel. Next, we secure the elastic band on both sides and then sew it in place. After securing the elastic band in place, I discovered that the sleeve was quite bigger than what it should have been. And then what we did is that we took a tape measure and then we measured around the sleeve, including the armhole. We discovered that the total length for the sleeve head, including the armhole, should have been 15 inches, which was the total circumference for our bicep. But in our case, the total length was far more than the 15 inches. So then we had to rip apart the elastic band and we had to reduce it and cut it out until it was the correct length. And then again, we had to secure and sew the elastic in place. And thereafter, we had to make sure that the gathers are well distributed around the sleeve. Next, we come back to finish up the bottom of our dress. We are supposed to sew together and attach the side gathers. So we go ahead and cut the fabric for our side gathers. And then next we fold the fabric into two and then we had to lay it down in a flat surface. We had to make use of the floor since the fabric could not fit in our cutting table. So we shifted everything to the side and then laid the fabric on the floor. And thereafter we had to place the pattern for our side gathers. We ended up changing the pattern for our side gathers from the one which we did in our previous video. We wanted the gathers to be really full at the top. So what we did is that we increased the length of the pattern at the top, that is around the waistline, and then we reduced the fullness at the bottom. So this is how our final pattern looks. We went ahead to secure the pattern and then cut it out. Next we remove the pattern and then we label the fabric, that is the front and also the back. And then we measured the total length of the curve where we are going to be sewing the side gathers. The total length of the curve is 18 inches, so it means after gathering the fabric on the side, it's supposed to be 18 inches. So now we are going to gather the top of our side fabric until it is 18 inches. We have sewn two lines at the top of the fabric which we are going to use for gathering the fabric. We used the widest tension and also stitch length for sewing those two lines. Next we pull the thread and gather the fabric until we have the 18 inches which we require. We measure the fabric to make sure that it is indeed the 18 inches which we want. Next, we make sure the gathers are evenly distributed. On one side, this is how the dress looks after sewing in the side gathers. And then now we are going to sew in the other side together. We pin the side gathers in place. We start on one side of the curve and pin slowly, making sure that the gathers are evenly distributed. And then we continue pinning the rest of the side fabric with the trace. After pinning the dress, this is how it's going to look, and then next we are going to sew it together. After sewing the side gathers, this is how the dress looks. To make sure that the side gathers are more puffy, please make sure that you use a fabric that is a bit more firm or one that is a bit stiff. And this is going to be your result. Thank you so much guys for watching up to this point. Please give the video a big thumbs up and also leave us a comment down below. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe, and we are going to see you on our next video. Remember, God is our strength. Bye.